Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. Berwick police arrested 4 people on various drug charges. Police served a warrant at a home at 503 Pine Street after learning of illegal narcotics trafficking there. The search turned up over 800 packets of fentanyl and/or heroin, other suspected drugs and drug paraphernalia, a weapon, and cash. 2 of those arrested, 27-year-old Christy Hobner and 53-year-old Brian Labar, are from Berwick. The others from New Jersey. All are now in the Columbia County Prison. A man accused of a bank robbery and setting fire to a greenhouse waived his right to a preliminary hearing yesterday. Fairview Township Police charged 37-year-old Jesse Barkowitz after he allegedly robbed a PNC bank on South Mountain Boulevard and set fire to Glen Summit greenhouses earlier this month. He confessed to the robbery and to setting that greenhouse on fire as a distraction to the bank heist. He was taken into custody on July 5th. He's charged with robbery, arson, theft, and criminal mischief. His case will now be heard in Luzerne County Court. A dispositional hearing is set for September 13th. We now know the identity of the body that was found Saturday in the Susquehanna River near Plymouth. Officials in Wyoming County say it was 24-year-old Haley Lorenzen. She was found by a boater in the river. Lorenzen disappeared from Wyoming County late last year, according to the Wyoming County District Attorney. Authorities say they used dental records to positively identify the woman's body. Crews spent several weeks earlier this year searching the Susquehanna River in the Tunkhannock area for Lorenzen's body. The 24-year-old was reported missing in late December 2018. Authorities in Wyoming County have charged Lorenzen's boyfriend, Philip Walters, with her murder. His trial is scheduled to begin in September. A West Hazleton woman accused of a money laundering conspiracy pled guilty Wednesday to a count of obstructing justice. 30-year-old Cindy Jacome faces a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison at her sentencing at a later date. One of her alleged co-conspirators, 29-year-old Jonathan Jacome, pled guilty earlier this month to a federal count of money laundering conspiracy and now faces up to 20 years in prison, while the third, Melissa Cascaloni, is scheduled to plead guilty to a count of obstructing justice next month. The indictment says the trio used other people's names, birthdays, and social security numbers to file fraudulent tax returns with the IRS. Between June of 2011 and August 2012, the trio obtained at least 818 tax refund checks from the U.S. Treasury Department, valued at more than $6.4 million. A Freeland woman convicted of distributing drugs back in 2015 found out her sentencing on Wednesday. 35-year-old Liza Robles conspired to distribute around 600 doses of heroin and also provide firearms to Roberto Torner, who is a convicted felon. She also attempted to obstruct justice by lying in court about her drug and gun activities. A U.S. District Court judge sentenced her to serve 36 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release. Her co-defendants, Torner and David Algaruzre Lagones, were also convicted of heroin trafficking offenses. Robles was ordered to pay $25,000 in fines and must forfeit 6 weapons. A Luzerne County judge found sufficient evidence to send a 16-year-old female to trial on murder charges. Mercedes Lynn Hall is accused of conspiring to murder her friend's grandfather. 17-year-old Gabriella Long allegedly lured her grandfather, 71-year-old Joseph Monka, to an upstairs bedroom at his home in Edwardsville back on April 15th. It was there that Christopher Cortez, Devin Cunningham, Hall, and Monka ambushed him for money and his car. Judge William Amesbury bound over all charges against Hall and denied bail in the case, finding that she is charged with a non-bailable offense. The case moves to Luzerne County Court of Common Pleas, where Hall will stand trial. Wilkes-Barre police pulled their service weapons on a boy playing Army with his friends at a park and arrested him for wielding an orange-tipped toy gun. That's all according to a lawsuit filed in federal court. That lawsuit alleges that the city and Officer Ronald Knorr violated the boy's constitutional rights by falsely arresting and battering the teen last month. According to the complaint, the 16-year-old suffers from mental and emotional health deficiencies that make him visibly different from other children his age. The teen pointed a plastic, brightly colored toy gun and told other kids to get on the ground while playing Army at Barney Farms back on June 25th. Minutes later, Knorr swooped in with lights and sirens and pulled his service weapon on the teen, who was no longer holding the toy gun. The boy was handcuffed and searched despite the grandfather of the other children telling Knorr the gun was a toy. The suit also says Knorr briefly pointed his gun at the grandfather, who thought he was about to be shot in front of the children. The complaint alleges constitutional violations by the city that have caused the boy post-traumatic stress and fear that police are following him. A woman in Wilkes-Barre stopped a home invasion after she pulled a machete on the intruder on Tuesday. Investigators in Wilkes-Barre now say they have Michael Molinaro in custody in connection with the attempted break-in that took place at East Union and North Washington Streets Tuesday morning. According to police, the unidentified woman reported being in bed when she saw a window screen and fan being pushed in from the outside. The woman grabbed a machete from her camping equipment and went outside to confront the intruder. The man, who police identified as Molinaro, came at the woman and tried to disarm her. Police said that's when Molinaro grabbed the blade of the machete with his left hand in an effort to rip it away, but instead ended up with a large cut. Molinaro then grabbed the victim and threw her to the ground, according to police, and police say Molinaro was arrested today. Coming up on Wyln News, storm damage funding available, plus a luncheon complete with fire safety tips. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. More nice days of summer on the way into the weekend. We'll be right back.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-through lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
TriCounty has been keeping your office up to speed since 1969. Everything your office needs: office supplies, personal and custom business forms, business cards, office furniture, new and used office equipment, copy, print, and scan solutions with wide format capabilities. Leasing is also available, free off-street parking, and free local delivery. TriCounty Business Machines, 117 East Broad Street in Hazleton, 570-459-0754. Family owned and operated since 1969.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
Police in Ashland are investigating a burglary that occurred at a local pool hall. According to Ashland police, Someone broke into Gal's Pool Hall by breaking a window between 2:30 Wednesday and 10:15 Wednesday morning. After breaking in, the suspect or suspects stole approximately $30 from a cash register. Police say evidence found at the scene has been collected and is being processed by Pennsylvania State Police at Reading Forensics Unit. Anyone with information is asked to contact police at 570-875-2600. Jerry Sandusky isn't getting a fresh chance to argue in state court that he should get a new trial. The ruling was handed down 7 years after the former Penn State assistant football coach was convicted of molesting 10 boys. The state Supreme Court Wednesday turned down the 75-year-old's request to review a Superior Court decision earlier this year that rejected most of his arguments. His lawyer says he's very disappointed, and Sandusky may seek help from federal courts. The Wyoming Valley West School District has had a change of heart. The Education Foundation associated with the school has now decided to accept an offer from a Philadelphia businessman to pay more than $22,000 owed for school lunches. That decision came down following a meeting held Wednesday afternoon. Also, as part of the fallout, the district solicitor, attorney Charles Coslet, resigned today at the request of the school board president, Joseph Mazer. He says he'll submit a formal letter on Friday. The district had sent out a letter to parents saying that if the lunch bills weren't paid, the children could be put into foster care. Pennsylvanians in central and eastern counties may be eligible for low-interest disaster loans following storm damage from last month. Governor Tom Wolf says homeowners, renters, businesses in several counties affected by severe storms that struck June 20th and 21st may be eligible for the assistance. Up to $200,000 in low-interest loans is available from the Small Business Administration's Disaster Loan Program administered by PEMA. The money can be used to fix or replace damaged or destroyed real estate. The deadline to return applications for loans to cover physical property damage is September 20th, while those seeking economic injury disaster loans have until April 22nd of next year. If you'd like more information, you can visit pema.gov. Over 200 seniors gathered for a luncheon today in Hazel Township to hear tips on fire safety. Our Julie Stefanovich was there and has the story.
Fire safety was a topic of discussion at this afternoon's Senior Choice Luncheon held at Genetti Ballrooms in Hazel Township. The group was created back in 1992 and consists of around 300 members and is sponsored by the Lehigh Valley Health Network. Those in attendance today heard from guest speaker Hazleton Fire Chief Donald Leschko.
Most importantly is that they make sure that everyone has a good working smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector, knowing what to do in case a fire does break out, to get out. Most importantly, especially we can't ever stress enough about the importance of working smoke detectors. Help we can offer our residents to come out and do a fire safety check for them, making sure everything's properly working. We're more than happy to do that.
The group meets once a month to have lunch and listen to speakers about topics that are important to the community.
And we have different doctors in the area and different speakers come in to keep the people informed on their health care. We have different organizations coming in to speak to keep the people updated.
To be eligible to join Senior Choice, you must be 55 years or older, and fees are just $35 for the year.
And that includes all of your lunches. We have a summer picnic, we have a Christmas party, and we go to different plays once a year, and whatever the seniors want to do, we'll take them on a trip.
If you are interested in becoming a member of the Senior Choice program, you can call 570-454-4752 to request an application. In Hazel Township for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Coming up on Fairview Park's News Choice, pain. It's difficult to deal with and seems sometimes impossible to control. Lehigh Valley Health Network has some suggestions coming up. Plus, cars, kielbasa, and ice cream. Stay with us.
Pocono Raceway is summertime, where the kids are free, where fans become friends, where good times roll, and the racing is always a little tricky. Bring your friends, bring your family, just bring it. Pocono style. New this year, the Great Pocono Raceway Air Show.
Krugel's Georgetown Deli has been voted Northeastern Pennsylvania's best craft beer selection several years running.
Krugel's is your craft beer headquarters, and gift baskets are available for all occasions.
Krugel's is home of the Crowler. Fill your Crowler up in their tap system and keep your favorite beer fresh longer. Krugel's Georgetown Deli, Wilkes-Barre Township, right next to the Big Cow.
Stop in and play Keno or other Pennsylvania lottery games.
Check them out on the web at georgetowndeli.com.
AllCare Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call AllCare Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Welcome to Wellness Wednesday here on Wyln. Everyone, I'm Gary Perna. Today we are at the Health and Wellness Center, thanks to our friends at Lehigh Valley Health Network, outside in their garden. And we're going to talk about getting active and staying active, even if you have some chronic pain, and ways you can help ease that. And physical therapist Joe is here to talk to us. And there are some great recommendations that people can follow to keep them active, even if they're suffering from some chronic pain.
Sure. So the American Heart Association recommends 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise spread out through your week to just maintain your general health and well-being. There's also been some studies that have come out recently that a general walking program can help to reduce pain for people with chronic neck and back pain. Now, it's always important to consult with your physician prior to starting any exercise program, but I think there are some good recommendations for you to keep in mind when looking at chronic pain.
So when we talk about chronic pain, what are some of the things that we're seeing the most and that this could help benefit them?
Yeah, so a lot of people that I see in the clinic, we see for chronic neck pain, chronic low back pain. They're probably two of the most common diagnoses that we see in the physical therapy clinic. A lot of times we can get people feeling better with just some repeated motion exercises. When they go through a series of treatments with a physical therapist, it can help to reduce pain pretty quickly for people who have had this pain for 10, 15 years or more.
So this is a great thing for people who they're talking to the doctor and they're saying, this really isn't going away, and maybe they don't want to try, any type of prescription or anything, and say, is there something we can do? So this is another alternative to taking medication to say, maybe just some of this PT could do some great work for you.
Yeah, it's a great conservative measure because for most people it's a very safe thing to do, and as long as your physician recommends it, it's a great place to get started with pain that's been hanging around, and you don't always have to go towards a surgical route or medications or injections. Physical therapy is a great place to start conservatively.
Joe, what would be some recommendations you would have for people if they're having some problems? What are some of the first steps they should take?
The first thing you can always do is consult with your physician, see what they have to say, and then come get an evaluation from a physical therapist, see where their recommendation is, because a lot of times it can be a strength issue, it can be a mobility issue, it can be, there's numerous different things that an evaluation can show, and just starting with getting mobile in the first part can really help.
And always it's important to stay active and keep going. So it's great. We try to at least walk every day. And even if you work in an office, get up and walk around. It's a great way just to keep everything kind of loose and so you don't have any of these problems.
Yep.
All right. Well, Joe, thank you so much for coming and talking with us. And again, if you are having some of that pain, talk to your doctor. Maybe you can stop in and see the physical therapist here at the Health and Wellness Center and see what they can do, give you something to keep moving and get active here. It's always great to stop in here at the Health and Wellness Center. Thanks for joining us here on Wellness Wednesday. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
Do you have a bridal shower, baby shower, birthday party, rehearsal dinner, or other important event coming up? Call us at Booty's Place to book our elegant private upstairs dining room. It offers a seating capacity of up to 50 people, a private bar, and elevator for easy access, where you can book the entire upstairs for an even larger event. Whether you wish to have your event at Booty's Place or want to have it catered, contact us about our delicious options. 570-455-5551. Let us help make your special day a big success. Booty's Place, definitely the best. TriCounty has been keeping your office up to speed since 1969. Everything your office needs: office supplies, personal and custom business forms, business cards, office furniture, new and used office equipment, copy, print, and scan solutions with wide format capabilities. Leasing is also available, free off-street parking, and free local delivery. TriCounty Business Machines, 117 East Broad Street in Hazleton, 570-459-0754. Family owned and operated since 1969.
Did you know that Wyln News
Provides news updates every weekday afternoon
at 1, 3, and 5 here on TV and on social media?
Did you know you also can watch Wyln News on the go
by visiting our website or YouTube page?
Now more than ever,
Wyln News
is your local news leader. The annual Downtown Hazleton Classic Car Cruisin is taking place in downtown Hazleton next Friday, August 2nd, rain or shine, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is video from past Cruisins. The event is coordinated by the Downtown Committee of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce and is sponsored by Hazel Drugs, Jimmy's Hot Dogs, and Pete Keslicka State Farm Agency.
August 2nd, rain or shine, we'll be having the Downtown Hazleton Classic Cruisin along with the First Friday activities right here in downtown Hazleton. Actually have the welcome/registration tent on Pine and Chestnut Street starting at 5 o'clock. And yes, this kind of signifies that we're on the bringing home our summer. We're hoping for fantastic weather. And along with the First Friday events, businesses will have lots of different things going on. I know that there is a history presentation at the Grateful Roast and some other fun things happening. So bring your chair, bring your whole family, and not only get to see some amazing car, but have a fun summer evening right here in downtown Hazleton.
Ann Malone says that this year there are some changes to look for.
So this year we have a little bit of a new format. We're going to have our cars, our classic cars, drive into 2 lot locations. One I'm standing on here on Broad and Pine Street, and the second one is located at Pine and Chestnut. We have entertainment by the legends and the famous DJ Tony Pacelli. So there'll be entertainment in both lots, prizes for all, and dash plaques for the first 100 cars that come down next Friday, August 2nd, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
The Cruisin is a great way to get down to some of the best local shops and restaurants in the downtown area. Attendees will enjoy free parking at meters and city lots, including the parking garage on Wyoming Street beginning at 5 p.m. the day of the cruise. And again, that Cruisin is next Friday, August 2nd already. Wow, starting at 6 p.m. And an event this weekend in Shenandoah will help raise money for their downtown. Kovalanik's Kielbasa Shop and Chill Out Ice Cream Parlor and Snack Shop are teaming up on July 27th at the Chill Out, located at 606 Gold Star Highway 4. Are you ready? Kielbasa and Cream. It's all in an effort to raise funds for the revitalization group Downtown Shenandoah Incorporated. Kovalanik's will be preparing and selling many of its festival-style favorites, and Chill Out will be serving its ice cream specialties. DSI will sell 50/50 raffles and raffle tickets for prizes donated by many local businesses and organizations. The event begins at 1 p.m. and of course, all are welcome. And again, that is taking place this Saturday at Chill Out in Shenandoah. Something for everyone. That's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page. Now stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.